court draw near, you shall be heard. God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Today is November 25th. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. I'm Judge Capper, and we've got some reviews to do for people who have court orders to comply with. So if you're here for that, when your name's called, come up to the table to your right and stand there, and we'll go over the file with you and review it. If you don't get called and think you should have, you need to go check in with the clerk and make sure they know you're here. Call the reviews, please.
James G. Adams, Haley D. Bennett, Stephen Carmen, Keith W. Cooper, Mariah E. Hanna, and Olivia Huff.
James Adams is case number 23765. It's been called. He has done almost everything, but he still has a small balance he hasn't paid. So there'll be a warrant issued in 7 days if he doesn't appear. Haley Bennett. Haley Bennett has several files: 2681, 212280, 221604, 22170. She has not appeared. She's not finished with her cases, so there'll be bench warrant issued for failure to appear. Stephen Carmen, 222038. Stephen Carmen has not appeared, and he is not finished with his case, so he gets a warrant for failure to appear. Keith Cooper is here. Case numbers 21121, 21288, 231812. And Mr. Cooper, I see I already looked at your file this morning. You still have some community service to do.
Yes, sir.
When can you get that done?
Well, I was supposed to do some with Mr. Cooper this last month here, and I previously got my job back with DC Florida, so every opportunity that I got to work, I went and done that. Work is slow this week, so I'd already paid my stepdad $100 to take me up here Thursday and Friday to get some community service done, because I'm working with him tomorrow, and I also have a payment here of $140.
You're coming here tomorrow?
Thursday and Friday.
We're not going to be here Thursday.
Thursday and Friday, that's Thanksgiving is Thursday. And Friday, court's closed too, so you can't get here before then.
I could be here Wednesday. Are you open Saturday also? Are you doing it Saturday?
You can be here Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Wednesday.
Okay. Put you down for Wednesday, and how much are you paying on your fines?
I have $140 here.
Okay. Go see the clerk. We got you down for being here Wednesday. That's also a court day, but we'll have community service that day. And I'll set your next hearing for December 30th. December 30th, so last Monday in December, last court session for the year. Go see the clerk to make your payment.
What time, sir?
9 a.m. December 30th. Olivia Huff is here, 2573. You just have to pay off your fine. You didn't make a payment today. Very good. I'll set you for December 30th also. December 30th is your next hearing. If you finish it up and pay it off, you don't have to come back.
Thank you.
Mariah Hanna, 24197. She has not finished. She did do all of her community service. She hasn't paid off her fine. She hasn't appeared, so there'll be a bench warrant for failure to appear.
Your Honor, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she called me Friday and said she was going to pay it online.
Okay.
And I looked this morning and it has not showed yet.
All right. Well, if she pays in the next 7 days, then there won't be a warrant issued. Give her 7 days to get it done.
Derek E. Lockhart, Brandon F. Miller, Taylor Parmenter, Raphael Sanders, Brandon Spencer.
Derek Lockhart.
Yes, sir.
Derek Lockhart is 24,313 and 24,414. Okay, it looks like I've got a report in the file that you had some difficulty at the Village of Chesapeake with your community service.
Yeah, it was just a big misunderstanding of.
Your Honor, I did have a talk to him this morning about that. This is the first time I've seen him since that incident. And I advised him that he had to do his community service with me from now on.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll make a payment later. I forgot to grab the card out of my wife's wallet. She just started work last week. No, I can make at least a $20 payment today.
Your Honor, I also have another note that Mr. Lockhart was ordered on October 21st to be here on Saturday, October 26th. He was not here that day.
Okay, I think we need to do a urine screen today. So I'm going to order you to do a urine screen and then come back after we get the results. Brandon Miller. 23,184. Has not finished, still has a day of community service and quite a bit of time left, so it'll be a bench warrant for failure.
Your Honor, he's on teleconference.
Oh, yes, okay. Brandon Miller, okay, yeah, I see the name now.
Yes,
Are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, you still have 1 day of community service to do. You have done some since your last hearing. And are you paying anything on your fines today?
I made a $50 online payment.
Okay. You've got 1 more day of community service to do. So.
Yes, I'll be Wednesday.
You're going to do it Wednesday
Yes,
here at the court?
yes.
Okay, that works. You did complete the dismissal before, so you did that last summer. That's a year ago summer. Okay. Look for a date for your next review hearing. Okay, we're going to go into January. January 6th of 2025 will be your next review, 9 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Taylor Parmenter. 23,189, 191. She's at many breeds, been compliant, and it looks like all the screens have been good. Okay, and you finished your community service, you just need to finish up paying on your fines.
Is there any possibility to do community service for some of it?
Yes, I'll let you do extra community service toward your, you've paid enough to cover your costs, so you can work it off at $50 a day, extra credit on your fine.
Okay, thank you.
I'll set you for January 6th also, 25. So if you get everything finished by then, you don't have to come back. So I'm showing you, all you owe is $200. So 4 days will knock that out between now and January 6th.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Raphael Sanders, 24,620. report says basically Mr. Sanders has not been compliant with the court order treatment that he was required to do as a part of his judgment entry, and he's paid $50 on his fines, he hasn't done any community service, and he hasn't appeared today, so there'll be a bench warrant issued for failure to appear.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Brandon Spencer, 1257. He's also been degrees. Good screens, compliant, and or I like to see client continues to show growth daily as we have to working on great personal growth, so that's a very good report. Is he at a point where he can do some community service?
Yes, Your Honor, he is.
Okay, so, and he's staying in Ironton then at this time? You want to do it at the Ironton Municipal Court?
The last time we talked, it was, when if I complete the program, he was gonna get rid of the community service.
Okay. Well, let's see. I did make a note that says dismiss if successful amended reads. Okay. All right, well, you're not finished yet, so let's keep doing that.
Keep it on there.
Then we'll look at it once you get finished. I'll set it for January 6th. As your next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jonathan Harris. And we moved this up at your request, I think.
Yes.
It was set for Wednesday. 23-4-20. 24-278. 24-932. 24-238. And your amended reads.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so it looks like after a little bit of getting things in line, he's been doing well.
Yes, he's been doing better, Your Honor. He just had the one little thing, I'm not turning in his cell phone in time.
Okay. Can you pay anything on your fines?
I'm not able to work right now.
Okay. Well, we'll focus on your treatment right now, get that squared away.
Your Honor, he's also on pretrial through common police court. That's
Okay, do you know when that's set for?
He has court on Wednesday morning.
Oh, this week?
Yes.
All right, well, we're not gonna come back until January anyway, so January 6th will be his next hearing. 9 o'clock. So that's why he needed to move this up, because he's got a court hearing.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
January 6th will be his next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Derek E. Lockhart.
Okay, it's a good screen.
Your Honor, I'm trying to do my best, I really am. I lost my job, she just got a job like last week, and it's really been rough.
Okay. Well, at least you're staying clean. That's really important. So I give you credit for that.
But like I said, I can come back down later on or make a $20 payment online or something.
How about some community service? When can you do that?
If I may, he's gonna have to come in and non-court
Okay.
so he can do it.
So you can do it tomorrow or next week?
I have to find out when she's off work. I don't.
Okay. Well,
Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Saturdays. This week, we're not gonna be here Thursday and Saturday.
As soon as she gets home, I can find out her schedule and call and let you know or something.
Okay, I'm going to set you for December the 13th. That'll be your next review hearing
Okay. At 9 o'clock.
at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That finishes reviews. We're going to start the arraignments for, that's new cases, so anyone out in the hall that's got a new case who resided in here, they need to come in the courtroom now.
Arraignment.
The bailiff will call the names of people that have new charges, come up to the table to your right. When your name's called, you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything, but if you do make statements, what you say is all on the record. It's being recorded. So if you admit something about your case, it can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are the rights that all defendants have. You should not, well, if you enter a guilty plea or no contest plea, you waive those rights, so don't waive them without fully understanding the proceedings. If you don't know what to do, if you want a trial, if you want to talk to a lawyer, any of those reasons, you should enter not guilty when you're asked for a plea. That's the safest plea you can enter. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Clayton H. Mahan, case number CRA 24750A and B, CRB 24746, CRB 24745. Clayton Mahan.
Sir, you're Clayton Mahan?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Mahan, have you received a copy of the charges?
I've received the tickets, yes, sir.
Okay. Well, there's been charges put on long form. I assume that's a copy of them right there. So I'm going to have the bailiff serve you with a copy.
You are Clayton Mahan.
Yes, sir, I'm Clayton Mahan.
Okay, CRA 24750A alleges that November the 16th, 2024, in Mason Township, you were under a disability from having a firearm, and that you had such a firearm in your possession, and you had been convicted previously of some felony offense of violence. So that's a felony, the 3rd degree, possession, having a weapon while under disability. Carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in jail and an $8,000 fine. 750B alleges that on November the 16th of this year, in Mason Township, you did receive, retain, or dispose of property being a Black Savage 308 caliber rifle that belonged to another person, and that you knew or had reason to know had been obtained by a theft offense. So the charge against you on that is receiving stolen property. It's a 4th degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. Do you understand? And then there's also some misdemeanor charges. We can go over those with you too. 24745 alleges that on November the 16th at 8 a.m. in Mason Township, you did hunt or take a wild animal during youth gun season without wearing an appropriate vest, jacket, or solid orange covering. So that's a 3rd degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 60 days in jail and a $500 fine. Case number 24746 also alleges November 16th, 8 a.m. Mason Township. You did also carry a rifle while hunting deer or assisting or accompanying a youth pursuing a youth during deer season. And I guess that was the previous rifle mentioned, 308 Savage rifle. Gives a serial number. That's a third-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 60 days in jail, $500 fine. Do you understand these charges, sir?
Yeah, I discussed with the assistant prosecutor, that lady that request for some sort of plea bargain. And what was the answer on that, prosecutor?
Well, we're not to that stage yet, so that'll be down the road. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
I don't have no money, Your Honor.
Do you have a job?
I'm on, just filed for unemployment.
Unemployment, so.
I don't know if I'm gonna get
How long
it.
have you been unemployed?
3 weeks.
Where did you work before that?
Before that, I worked at M Squared through the 423rd Local Labor Union in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, so you,
And
I
before,
have to determine your gross annual income, so I'm not just being nosy. I have to determine if you're eligible for a court-appointed lawyer. I have to figure out how much money you make a year.
I made about $45,000
Okay,
gross.
that's what I'm looking for, the gross. Do you have people that you're supporting with your income, any dependents?
I have a girlfriend and my 8-year-old son.
Okay, you've got one child, and now you're unemployed,
Yes, sir.
but you haven't started receiving benefits yet?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and appoint a lawyer for you. Mr. Steyer, I'll appoint. This is Clayton Mahan. He has a felony possession of a weapon under disabilities, the most serious charge in receiving stolen property, and some hunting misdemeanors also. I'm appointing you to represent him. What's the state's position on bond for Mr. Mahan?
Well, since he appeared on his own, we're not opposed to another bond.
Yeah, he can sign a $2,500 signature bond. As long as you show up, you don't have to post any money. If you don't show up, then you'll owe the $2,500. When would you like to come back, Mr. Steyer, since he's out on bond?
I'm here the 2nd or the 13th, and with him out, you might have to come back for 15 days, a little further out.
Whenever you need.
Okay, so we're willing to waive time constraints to go out past the 15 days, if that's necessary, but within that time frame, I've got the second may be the only day that's actually in the time frame, so.
Second is fine.
Okay, let's just do the 2nd then, Your Honor.
December 2nd. State can
December
be ready
2nd,
then.
10 o'clock.
Yes, Your Honor.
December 2nd, the preliminary hearing and pre-trials,
10?
10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
Well, it's
Anything else?
Nothing from the defense.
All right, that'll be the next hearing, December 2nd.
Wait, we got there about 2 or 3 minutes, okay? Well,
State of Ohio versus Bonnie L. Walters, case number CRB 24-683.
Mr. McCown, you're representing Ms. Walters?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. If you wish me to read the complaint.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
I'm entering a not guilty plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
And is there a protection order requested in this case?
I think there's already one issued, Your Honor, but the individual's out of the house at this point, the alleged victim.
We are requesting one.
Any objection to temporary protection? Okay, it'll be a TPO entered. stay away from not go around, post things about Daryl Rossiter. She, I assume there's no objection to an OR bond since she showed it on her own today.
That's correct, Your Honor.
She can sign a $1,500 signature bond. So, obviously, we're looking in December now for hearing dates. Do you have a preference, Mr.
13th, Your Honor, if that's okay. It's probably busy, but I know I've got multiple up here.
December 13th will be the next hearing. The pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Not guilty, please enter. You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Andrea Price, case number CRB 24693. Your Honor, I'm calling this because Attorney Smith informed me that he has to be in the court.
This is set for a pretrial today, Andrea Price.
Days in jail. I did not say. 90 days on what?
It's coming over there.
Judge Smith?
Yes, Judge, we were here, I don't know if it was, I think it was last Monday, maybe Friday.
We were here. Looks like.
We're trying to resolve something that's not been resolved yet. We're hoping to have it resolved today. If we could come back possibly Friday or Monday. I also need some more time to work on what we discussed in chambers.
Mr. Hill? It'll be Wednesday.
Or what, Wednesday, yes. I can do Wednesday.
Wednesday or Monday.
I reached out to several people. I'm trying to figure where we can accomplish what we discussed.
Yeah, we're okay with moving it again.
Okay, well, Wednesday then, you're here.
I'm here, Judge. I've got one case I can have two. That's fine.
This Wednesday, November 27th, will be the next hearing, pretrial, 10 o'clock.
I'll see what I can find out.
Okay, we have some hearings at the jail by telephone.
State of Ohio versus Michaela Baker, case number CRB 24754. Michaela Baker.
Okay, are you Michaela Baker? Okay, I'm Judge Capper. This is your arraignment hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. So what you do say is on the record, so it can be used against you if you admit something. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You're charged with assault. The state's alleging that on November 23rd, 2024, at Union Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Paul Loman Jones. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions before you enter a plea?
No, Your Honor.
What plea do you wish to enter?
Guilty.
If you enter a guilty plea, you're admitting this charge against you is true. You're not going to have a trial on it because you admit it's true, and you waive your rights to have a trial. You understand that? And a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll accept your guilty plea, and I'll ask the prosecutor if they have a report they want to give the court about what allegedly happened?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes. This is a report from Deputy Frame from the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. And he says that on November 23rd, 2024, dispatched to the flower shop, 401 South 3rd, I'm sorry, I didn't say South, 401 3rd Avenue, located in Union Township, for an assault call. When I arrived on scene, I spoke with the male identified as Loman Jones. Loman advises that another employee identified as Michaela Baker had assaulted him. Loman advised that he was at work doing business as usual when he called Michaela to return to the store to pick up another delivery that needed to be delivered, along with the delivery that was already taken that was on the way to the destination. He then advises when Michaela returned, he was upset about having to return to pick up the order and began getting verbally abusive with him. Loman advises that he attempted to walk away and that when he turned around, that's when Michaela attacked him, striking him in the left ear, side of the head. Loman advises that Michaela hit him with a closed fist, causing him to fall to the floor, where he then began kicking him repeatedly. He then advises that he tried to get up and Michaela struck him again, so he could not get off the floor. Loman advises he finally managed to get off the floor and called the owner, who had just pulled up outside of the business prior to my arrival. I then spoke with Michaela, and he advises that this has been something that was ongoing for a while and hit its peak this morning due to Loman talking to him the way that he does. He then advises that Loman thinks that he can talk down to him and it's fine, and he advised that he doesn't know what came over him this morning, but when Loman began to talk to him the way he did, he struck him. I then advised Michaela that he was under arrest for assault and told him to place his hands behind his back and placed him in custody in the back of my cruiser. I gathered photos of Loman and where he had struck due to the redness of his left ear and attached the photos to the report. I then transported Michaela to the Lawrence County Jail and is currently being lodged.
Do you have any indication whether Mr. Jones incurred any medical expenses?
We don't have that information yet. We will need to be in contact with him. We could actually even try to do it this morning.
Okay. I'm going to let you do that before we proceed to sentencing. So, Mr. Baker, I'm going to let the prosecutor see if there's any out-of-pocket expenses for Mr. Jones and present those today. And we'll call you back on the record after they see if they can get a hold of Mr. Jones. Okay? Yeah, you'll be called back on the record after the prosecutor tries to get that information. The case will be recalled later in the document.
State of Ohio versus Justin Rudy or Brunning, case number CRA 24753, Lawrence County Jail, and Charles Burks is on deck.
All right, yes, if they're on this Jared says, well, if he's paid everything, we can cancel the warrant. Okay, now we've got Justin Brunning.
Yes, sir.
Bruni, that's you, sir. All right, Mr. Bruni, you've got some warrants, it's alleged, out of the area, so let me tell you what your rights are first before we proceed. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, it's on the record and can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. What brings us here, I've got a copy of warrants allegedly issued by Hocking County Common Pleas Court out of Logan, Ohio, for a Justin F. Bruni with an address of 29300 Lake Logan Road, Logan, Ohio. case number there, 24 CRD 169. So the state's alleging that there's warrants for your arrest in Hocking County on a domestic violence charge, an assault charge, and failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer. So you have a right to what's called a Rule 4 hearing. It's kind of like an extradition when there's a warrant for you out of state. This is within the state. So if there's a warrant for you in a county that doesn't touch the county that you're found in, you have a right to hearing just to make sure that wrong person isn't sent to another county. So that would be the only issue before the court, is whether you are or not this person that Hocking County wants, and you have a right to have an attorney to make the state prove that you are the person being sought. You can waive that if you want, waive that hearing, and just agree, yes, I'm that person and I want to go back to Hocking County to get this cleared up. Do you want to have a Rule 4 hearing, or do you want to agree to go to Hocking County?
Well, probably just to agree, that this is me.
Okay, so you can waive your Rule 4 hearing. I'm going to send a waiver down.
Yes, sir.
They asked for you to be held without bond. I don't think that's complies with Ohio law, so I'm going to set a bail for you. With the charges that they're filing, or say they have filed against you, I'm going to set it at $10,000, cash or surety. Is that a bond you think you could post? I would let you go turn yourself in. If you can post the bond here, you can go turn yourself in Hocking County. If you can't post the bond, I'll give them a time frame in which they have to come and get you.
I just have a possibility of making most of the tax on that, so I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
I've been down here to report for stuff, but I'm trying to transition back under this. This is where I came to get started 4 years ago, and I've already got the one in the allegations, I'm not looking for it, but I'm not looking to 2 weeks, there's no way I can make a tax on it. Whatever we need to do.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to say you can't post bond. So I'm going to give them a week to come pick you up. So the officer lifting in should let whoever's handling these things notify Hocking County immediately that he's available to be picked up. And they have to do that before 8 a.m. on December 2nd. So if you're still in the jail next Monday at 10 a.m., then I'm going to see you just like this and try to figure out what happened, why you didn't get picked up. But you should, probably a 90% chance that you're going to get picked up between now and then. But if sometimes things go wrong, and then we'll figure it out next Monday.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, that's all. Good luck.
Thank you.
So put him on the docket for next Monday at 10 o'clock, and he should be gone. He should not be in the jail. If he is, then I'll deal with it then. So that's December 2nd at 10 a.m.
State of Ohio versus Charles Burks, case number CRA 24686, CRB 24687, and Sierra Kemper is on deck.
Charles Burks, this is set as a pretrial today. Mr. Morford's the attorney. And this was a issue of how to get him to, you were gonna try to get him, he's already been there once, the Appalachian Behavioral Health.
Judge, I need to file a motion. I thought it had already been filed, but I need to file a motion to test his competency as well as NGRI plea. If I could have a week to do that.
Well, there actually was a motion filed.
Oh, did we get filed? It's not my file. I don't have a file copy of it.
Yes, if you want to approach and look at this and see if this is sufficient what you were intending to file, I believe.
So that's what I want to file.
Okay.
I'd like to have him evaluated for competency, Your Honor.
Okay, so that is what, it used to be Court Clinic and now Southeast Ohio
Forensic Evaluation Services? SOFA is what I remember, Southeast Ohio Forensic Evaluation Services.
Okay, so if, I'll order that, we'll need to, there's appropriate orders that the clerk, Ms. Bledsoe, can get filed. Can you discuss that with her and get those for the court? We'll take my signature on those, and I assume the state has no objection to that.
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to go ahead and just so we keep track of it, put it back on the docket, maybe December 9th. Are you available then?
Let me check.
Hopefully the evaluation will have occurred by then.
Maybe, Judge. I believe they've got 30 days to get a report back to you from the time you order it. What date, Judge, am
I was looking at December 9th.
I'm here.
Next hearing will be December 9th. Mr. Morford is going to take the lead on making sure the appropriate judgment entries are tendered to the court for that to happen.
Judge, do we need to do a memorandum of understanding with Southeast Ohio? No, when we started doing this, we did.
I don't know.
I'll speak with Dorothy.
She's done it before, she has the paperwork, so if you will get with her and then submit it to me for signature.
Will do, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Sierra Kimber, the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24752.
Sierra Kemper is for arraignment. Okay, ma'am, are you Sierra Kemper?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Kemper, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to make any statements, but if you choose to make statements, they're all on the record and they can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
This is actually from a charge in another state, so what you will have a right to in this court is an extradition hearing. It's alleged that there's a warrant for your arrest issued by Boyd County Circuit Court, Boyd County, Kentucky. It's on two charges of shoplifting. One is a misdemeanor shoplifting charge, and the other is a felony shoplifting charge, which seems to indicate that the amount of the value of the property allegedly taking was over $1,000. That's why it's a felony, on the felony offense. So that carries possible prison sentence on it. You have a right to have an extradition hearing to see, the issue before this court would be, is there good reason to send you to Boyd County on the warrants they say they have? And you have a right to test that and to have an attorney representing you at the extradition hearing. It wouldn't be whether you did or didn't do the shoplifting. It would be, are you the person being sought, and is there a good reason to send you to that jurisdiction? You could waive extradition. If you waive extradition, I will set a bond. Boyd County is asking for a $10,000 bond. I think that's reasonable, so I would set that as a bond. If you can post it, then I would let you go turn yourself in Boyd County. If you can't post the bond, then I'll give them a time frame in which they have to come pick you up. So how do you want to proceed? Do you want to have a hearing here? Do you want an attorney appointed to represent you in this court?
No, sir, I would just like you to come pick me up. This is the second time I've been arrested here on the same thing, and they didn't come get me last time. I thought that it was being taken care of through their court, but, so, I just wanted to come pick me up and get it over with.
Okay, can you post a $10,000 bond? Either, if you can
No,
post
sir, I'm
it.
on disability.
Okay, you can't even use a bail bondsman to post it.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how any of that.
Well, usually for a bail, if you got $10,000 in cash, you can post it with the clerk here. As long as you go turn yourself in, it would be all refunded to you, all $10,000. It just secures guarantees your appearance in Boyd County. If you can't do that, I would let you use a bail bondsman. They're going to charge you a fee. Usually it's 10%, and you lose that, but it gets you out of jail to go turn yourself in. So it's going to be roughly $1,000 probably to give to a bail bondsman. Are you interested in that or not, or you want me to just order it in between?
I would have that Friday until then, so if they would come get me, that's what I'm saying, you know.
Well, in my experience, Boyd County, is very close by, so we don't usually have a problem with them coming to pick up people within 2 or 3 days, but I probably would give them a week to do that, so you could be sitting in jail for up to a week waiting on them to come get you from Boyd County. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I'm going to say bond is $10,000, but you're not going to post it.
Correct.
And I'm going to order Boyd County to make arrangements to come get you by December 2nd. So that's a week from today. So I'm going to order they pick you up by 8 a.m. next Monday. And like I said, usually 2 or 3 days because they're close by.
Right.
They probably have some of their people, they have some of our people. They'll exchange it somehow. And then if you're still in the jail next Monday at 10 o'clock, then I'll see you again. Hopefully you'll already be in Boyd County by then.
No, for sure.
Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
So we're going to send a waiver down for you to sign, just saying you're waiving extradition and agreeing to go to Kentucky. Any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay, fax. We're going to fax down this waiver, the clerk will here shortly, for you to sign.
Okay, sir, thanks.
You're welcome.
We have one more to recall from Jimmy, but we're not ready to do this.
Mr. Ashworth, are you ready to proceed with your cases?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's try to get those called.
State of Ohio versus Andy Dement, case number CRB 24525, CRB 24526, CRB 24363.
All right, and these were on the docket as a trial today, but I think it's not going to be a trial.
That's correct, Judge. I asked you and Mr. Ashworth if we could continue the trial because she continues to get evidence into me. I think we have everything we need now, Judge. Mr. Ashworth and I talked twice at least. I called him on my way in here, and I don't think we're going to be able to resolve it short of a trial, Judge.
Okay, so we just need another trial date, Mr.
Please.
Ashworth? You're muted. I've shown you muted.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, Your Honor, if I may have a little bit of time to conduct some investigations on the new witnesses and alibi defense.
Okay.
Once himself no data, we'll talk after that.
How much time do you think you need to look into that?
With the holidays and everything, Your Honor, if I could get maybe a month or so.
Okay, so 1st of January? Sometime in...
Sometime in the beginning of January, Your Honor, would be perfect, yeah.
Mr. Morford?
Good with me, Judge.
Okay, let's see. Let me pull up my calendar and see what we've already got set. I think it should be pretty...
Friday the 10th would be great.
Mr. Morford, does that work for you?
The 10th?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's good for the court also. So January 10th at noon for trial, and that's on all cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You agree, Mr. Morford?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. January the 10th at noon for trial.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Do you have any other cases, Mr. Ashworth?
Yes, sir, I have Bonnie Walters.
Judge, that's one we had previously arraigned and set December 13th, if that's okay with Mr. Ashworth.
Okay, okay, we set that for a pretrial December 13th, and you can appear by teleconference if you wish, Mr. Ashworth.
Let me check that date real quick before I say yes. Friday 13th, that looks good. Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ashworth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Ashworth, the special prosecutor.
State of Ohio versus Erica Thacker, case number CRB 24756. Erica Thacker.
Ma'am, are you Erica Thacker?
Yeah.
Ms. Thacker, it's alleged in case number 24756 that on November 23rd, 2024, in Union Township, you not only caused or tried to cause physical harm to Shane Miller, who's either a member of your family or a member of your household. So that's a domestic violence charge that's been filed. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand this charge?
Yeah.
Do you understand your rights?
Yeah, I think. I've never done this, but I've never been in trouble, so.
Well, I'm happy, I've explained the rights of defendants a few times this morning, but I'm happy to go over it again. You've probably heard it many times before, but I'll go over it again. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you choose to make statements, they can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are your rights. Do you understand those things? Do you have any questions before you enter a plea? What plea do you wish to enter?
Not guilty.
You wish to have a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yeah.
I have to ask you about your income then if you want.
I don't have anything. No. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I don't have any income.
Okay, well, so you have no income, right?
No, I don't.
All right, I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you then. So protection order request?
Your Honor, this is going to be a cross-filing, and the deputy just brought the affidavit to us just a few moments ago. So we're preparing a charge that's going to involve Mr. Miller as well. So
Is
maybe
Shane Miller here today? Okay, why don't you come up then? So apparently, Mr. Miller, you're going to be charged also with domestic violence. So one of the first issues we need to deal with, do you want a protection order? Do each of you want a protection order against the other? Do you want the other order to stay away?
have one in place.
So Mr. Miller says no, he does not want a protection order. What about Ms. Thacker?
No, she does not.
Okay, so no protection orders issued as to each other.
So you're,
Mr. Miller, do you have the money with which to hire an attorney? Are you working?
Yes.
What do you do?
Deliver.
Or
Dollar.
are you paid by the hour?
Yes.
How much per hour?
9.
Okay, you're eligible for court appointed counsel then too. So, Mr. Walker, I'll appoint you to represent Mr. Miller.
are you okay with staying at your sister's? We're still
We'll
performing
have it.
charge.
It's going to be identical to her charge, I'm assuming.
Yes.
She's posted a bond. Have you posted a bond also, Mr. Miller?
Yeah, I posted both of those.
Okay. Well, the bonds are continued for both of you. So, looking for a pretrial bid. And since, and are you folks married?
Engaged.
Engaged, okay.
Yeah.
We have 4 children together and been together for 8 years.
All right, well, it sounds like maybe there's a good possibility you're going to be wanting to stay together. What I would suggest is we wait a little time, since they don't want protection orders, come back in a month or so and let them try to get some counseling in the meantime. Is that sound reasonable?
That's what I was going to request, actually.
Okay. Mr. Morford?
Agreed.
Okay, so let's look after the first of the year.
Okay.
I would assume.
I would say anytime January 6th or after, what's the,
Any day, court's open, Your Honor.
I'm sorry,
6th.
6th or after of January.
January 6th is fine. January 6th fine, Coach?
I'm sorry.
January 6th is good?
Good.
January 6th, Your Honor.
All right, we'll set it for January 6th. How do you folks pay for medical services? Do you have medical cards or
Yes.
Ohio?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. We have, I haven't looked at the affidavit. Is there any issue about substance use?
No, Your Honor.
No?
I don't believe so.
Anger management, that sort of thing? We have any providers that would be interested in talking to these folks about counseling?
It would be.
Okay.
You mean Monday night?
What about Taylor? Taylor was here, wasn't she?
There she is.
Can you talk to this couple about some anger management?
Sure.
Okay, she's with Bethesda, Taylor from Bethesda.
All right.
January 6th is going to be the next hearing for both of you.
Your Honor, he's still going to need to be arraigned, I guess.
No. This is his arraignment.
Okay, that's fine.
Unless Mr. Morford doesn't want to go forward without the complaint in hand, I'm just going to let this stand as his arraignment. It's going to be filed here shortly.
That's fine, Judge.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
January 6th, the pre-trials on both cases.
All right, that's
10 o'clock. Talk to Taylor also before you leave.
State of Ohio versus Dennis Fleming, case number CRB 24755.
Dennis Fleming?
Yes.
Sir, are you Dennis Fleming?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Fleming, it's alleged that Erie Township On November 23rd, you knowingly caused Ann Ruth Spratley to believe you would cause serious physical harm to her person or property. That's aggravated menacing. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand the charge?
Well, yes,
Did you get a copy of the charge?
just now.
Okay. You don't have to agree with it, just understand it. Do you understand it? You don't have to agree?
Oh, I can understand it.
Okay. Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
No,
Okay. How do you wish to plead to this charge?
not guilty.
All right, I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. Is there any type of protection order requested here?
Well, Your Honor, I have,
I'm leaving and going to Florida. I'd like to drop this case. I'll be going today. I am not coming back. That is a 15, 16-hour drive, or a 5-hour flight, or a 36-hour bus ride. I was originally from Florida. I'm leaving the state. I'm going back to my 3 children and 6 grandchildren, and I will not be back to Ohio.
Okay, Mr. Field, how do you wish to?
that satisfies the state, Your Honor. We'll go ahead and dismiss the charges.
All right, ma'am, at your request,
Thank
charges
you.
are dismissed.
Oh, I have one request. I have a handicap placard that was in his car. He just needs to give me that so I can drive the car back to Florida. With my daughter, and go back to Florida.
Do you agree with that, sir?
Well, she can have it. I have nothing against her having it or any of her property that's in my house.
Okay.
All right, case is dismissed.
Am I allowed to go back to my house now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And now I can get cleaned up and get my hair combed. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jordan Barker, case number CRB 24757.
Oh, he's already been named.
Okay, it's right here.
Yeah, 1-6.
Sir, you're Jordan W. Bartram?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bartram, it's alleged that on November 24th of this year in Peary Township, you allowed a dangerous or vicious dog to run loose, not be physically confined on your premises. That's a 4th-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
No, sir, I can get one.
Okay.
I don't know if this is the time for it, but I think it's important to note that they're actually on, it's like a electric fence. Like they stay on that, and that dog's like 9 years old. He's never been vicious towards anybody ever, and I have video evidence of the alleged body.
Well, today's not the trial, so
Okay, I got
this is
you.
just the arraignment.
I got you.
So that's all stuff you can, sounds like it'd be a defense, so you'll need to bring that to your lawyer's attention. You are going to get a lawyer then?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How much time do you need to do that?
A month or so, probably.
Okay, well, let me explain your, what's called speedy trial rights. You've probably heard that term before, speedy trial. You, as a defendant, have a right to make the state bring your case to trial within a certain time frame. And with a 4th-degree misdemeanor, it's not that long before they would have to bring you to trial. But if you want a month to get a lawyer, I'll do that, but the time is not going to run against the state during that time that you're getting a lawyer. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
And you're agreeable with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll go, probably, since we got the holidays in there, would you prefer maybe come back in the 1st of January?
That'll work.
Okay, let's make it January 6th, will be your next hearing. Be a pretrial, and that'll be at 10 o'clock. I'm going to let you sign a signature bond since you showed up on your own.
Okay.
So it'll be $1,000 signature bond. I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. A signature bond, because you just promised to come to court as you're ordered to. As long as you do that, you don't have to post the money. If you don't show up, then you got to post the money.
Okay.
And the worst thing is you get a warrant issued for not showing up. Just come to court, you won't have to post any money.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Do you know how much the ticket is for that? Are you?
Well, the maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. So it's not, this is different than, say, like a speeding ticket where you can just postpone and forfeit it. This is not one of those cases. You can't just postpone and forfeit it. You have to appear.
Okay,
So
yes, sir.
there is no amount that will make it go away.
Gotcha.
So you have to come back on January the 6th for your next hearing.
Yes, sir.
And Your
Any
Honor,
other questions?
we'll need a time waiver.
The things we discussed about you waiving time, they just have it in writing, so they're asking you to sign that, agreeing that you're waiving the time constraints until January 6th, and then the time will start to run on the state on January the 6th.
Where it says attorney for defendant, does
And you can get a copy of that if you wish to take to your lawyer. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Be back here January 6th unless your lawyer tells you they've made arrangements for a different date. Then come to the date they tell you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Paul Johnson Jr., case number CRB 24671. This is set for pre-trial.
This is Mr. McCown's case.
Morning again, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, it's my understanding after...
Rose Porter?
It's my understanding after speaking with the state that they would move to dismiss this time, Your Honor.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Johnson is out of the house, and I don't know what kinds of complications there were between the parties, but if he's out of the house and he's not going to go back to the house, we can go ahead and dismiss the charges at this time. We would not leave the charges without prejudice.
Your Honor, just for the court's edification, there was a civil protection order that was sought by the alleged victim that was denied. I believe she also filed an eviction against him that was denied. So he is out now and has no intention of going back.
Okay. And she's been called for, has not appeared today. So that's Rose Porter. Rose Porter is not here. All right. State's motion to nolly will be granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Savannah Johnson, case number CRB 24712.
All right, Savannah Johnson is Mr. Holt's case. He called earlier and said he was sick today, so I'm assuming he submitted a judgment entry asking for a continuance to December the 16th, which the court will grant, and Savannah Johnson must have been notified because he's not here. So I'll approve his proposed entry, continue the case to December 16th.
State of Ohio versus Chase E. Calvert, case number CRB 24705.
Mr. Stratton's case, set for pre-trial today.
Yeah, Your Honor, on the first, Mr. Calvert went to OVP inpatient. How are things going? Good. Okay.
He's about ready to finish another week. He'll finish his inpatient. What's the plan after that?
He's going to Lawrence County Recovery for long-term treatment.
Oh, okay, very good. I applaud that. I'm good with it.
Set it for the first part of January, Your Honor.
State on board with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's do the 10th of January. All right, Mr. Calvert, good. Good job so far, keep working.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Be a pretrial January the 10th, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Michael B. Chafin, case number CRB 24726.
It's Mr. Stratton's case after pretrial.
Hey, Mike.
Okay, it's a good first report, looks like.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand that the state would be willing, if he completes this, to dismiss it in 90 days.
Mr. Gill.
Well, that's what the plan would be. I want to make sure if is Tracy here?
No, she has to work.
Did you get a copy of it? Yes. We have spoken with the alleged victim in this matter, and she is interested in seeing him complete his treatment, his counseling. So we're okay with the continuance on that, and in the event that there's no further problems between now and then and he's successful in his treatment, then we would be okay with the dismissal with the payment of court costs.
Yes, we're fine with that.
Okay. Let's come back in maybe 6 weeks to see where we are.
Okay.
So we can use that January 10th date.
Yes.
Next hearing, January 10th.
Keep up everything.
Pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Nathaniel James, case number CRB 23317.
Your Honor, Mr. James has done very well, and we've been coming back quite a bit for a long time. I think it might be something we can maybe finish up today. I don't think he's had any issues for a very long time now.
You?
We would not be opposed to that at this time, unless there's more work to be done.
I mean, I basically think it's stabilization at this point. He has the tools he needs, so it's up to him at this point.
His main thing about wrapping it up today, Your Honor, is missing work. So he wants to not miss any more work by coming to court, and he's done everything that the court's asked him to do.
Can we approach the monkey?
Yes. Okay, the state, Mr. James has done well in treatment. The state's acknowledging that, and congratulations. So we're going to dismiss your case.
All right, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Michael Miller, case number TRC 242113, A and B.
Pretty
It's Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial.
Yes, I can have some
So, here's what we're doing. That's an offset. I'm not even for the treatment, but that will impact how your sentencing.
We can go ahead and go with the first option because I'm going to stay at the jail. And I
Um,
also have a letter from the case.
Okay, great. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Your Honor, at this time, we plead guilty to the OBI and the DUS. Ask that it be set for sentencing, allow him to continue through that treatment, and see how things progress.
Mr. Hill?
And we're satisfied with that, Your Honor. It's a first offense, but it's a high score, and we're pleased that Mr. Miller wants to look after his well-being by going through some treatment, and if he's successful at that, then we can take that into account when it comes time for sentencing.
All right. So, Mr. Miller, your attorney's representing to the court that you wish to change your plea to guilty today, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You're getting good reports on your counseling, so I'm going to accept your plea, but I'm going to delay sentencing just to see how you continue to do on your treatment. If you do well, the better you do on your treatment, the better I can do on your sentence when it comes time to sentence you. So you got a good start. Let's come back in January then.
All right.
We've had two good reports, so I think we can space it out a little more.
All right.
January 10th.
Yes.
January 10th will be his next hearing.
Is there anything else you need me from
And
before?
we'll put it on the docket
Is
for
everything
sentencing now because he has pled.
Okay, sounds perfect.
10
Appreciate your
o'clock,
time. Thank you.
January 10th for sentencing.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Good to go. All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jordan Wiley, case number CRB 24565.
This is Mr. Stratton's case for pretrial.
Yeah.
Did they send over a letter?
They asked for a subpoena or for something from you, like a formal request.
Okay.
But I have not missed an appointment.
Okay. She's going to Oasis Behavioral Health, Your Honor. Apparently they didn't send over a letter. They need something from me to get that. I will work on getting that from them. And it's been going good?
Haven't missed any appointments or anything.
She was at the Bluffs, if you remember, Your Honor.
I remember that.
Yeah, and it seems like everything is going well. If we want to come back in a couple of weeks, I'll have that letter.
Is there still issues in her civil matter, or how's that going? Wasn't there a civil case also?
I don't think that my husband's attorney has converted the dissolution order into a divorce yet, so that's on the table. We did go to a hearing, I think it was last Tuesday, just to establish custodial custody.
So you're getting to see your kids now?
Yes, I am.
All right. So a couple of weeks, Your Honor, and then if maybe sometime in December, we can, I'll have a letter for you from Oasis.
Yeah, I signed a release and all of that for you already. I think I emailed you, I was very a little late.
The 9th, December 9th?
That's a bad day, Your Honor.
Okay. 16th.
16th, that's good.
December 16th.
I'll swing by and sign another form.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's anything that you can give me to take them, or if you have to reach out. Okay. All right, thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus J. Sean Claiborne, case number CRB 24650. Mr. Steyer.
Mr. Steyer's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, based on negotiations pre-trial, we have an agreed to disposition to recommend to the court, which is that in exchange for a guilty plea to the charge, the state would recommend and the defense would join in the recommendation of 5 days in jail suspended to 5 days of community service, 2 years probation at a level the court deems appropriate, and court costs.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Do you agree with what your attorney has represented to the court, Mr. Pagel?
Yes, sir.
You have a right to make a statement before sentencing if you wish. You're not required to.
No, sir.
All right. Okay, I'm going to impose a $200 fine for the cost we paid, 5 days in jail suspended to 5 days community service, 2 years of level 5 probation. Review hearing will be May 27th of 25 at 9 a.m. He's to see Mr. Major in the probation office. See Mr. Cooper. He's not back. See Mr. Cooper in probation before he leaves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jeremiah Henry, case number TRC 242222.
Mr. Steyer's case set for pre-trial.
And Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes. Report from Prestera.
Yes, Your Honor. This matter is charged as a first offense OVI with a refusal and a prior within 20 years. Following the court date, Mr. Henry pretty much immediately contacted me and let me know he was entering himself into a detox program, which the release paperwork from the detox is also included in what I brought forward. Following the detox, he went into a 28-day inpatient treatment program at Prestera, which he's currently in the midst of. Spoken to the state, and this is one of those situations where Mr. Henry maybe to earn himself some consideration through success in treatment, so that's what we're looking to do that. So at this point, I'd like to continue the case out a brief period. I would leave it to the court's discretion what you think is the appropriate time frame to come back on this, and we will waive time constraints to accommodate that.
So his detox was at Prestera also?
Yeah, I guess they have a medical detox program.
It's in Guyandotte.
I was going to say Guyandotte, right?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I just knew they had one.
Okay, I agree with that, Bert. I'm assuming the state's on board with it also.
Yes, Your Honor.
So again, I don't know what kind of time frame you want to come back. The letter, I think,
Get out on the 10th.
he gets out on the 10th of the inpatient, but there is an indication that he intends to continue on with outpatient treatment beyond that. So if we want to go out, see if we give him a little bit of time to get established in outpatient, then have a report from that might be the right call. And takes us past a couple of the busier court days.
About the 23rd of December.
I am here that day, Your Honor, so that would be a good day to put him on.
December 23rd will be the next hearing. 10 o'clock for pre-trial.
The better you continue to do with this, the better this case can go for you, is what it comes down to. So, and you're off to a really good start. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Brandon G. Rude, case number CRB 24254, ABC.
Dyer's case set for pre-trial. So he's going to start his training for a job today, it looks like.
Yes, sir.
Okay, where's that?
Hometown Recovery in Ireton. Be a case manager.
So, Your Honor, this is one where we've been continuing it out to follow treatment, and I feel like Mr. Rude's made some massive strides. So this is really this is the sort of progress we want to see. I'm not sure what sort of a time frame the state was looking at for wrapping the case up, or he just when to come back. So I'm going to leave that in the state's and the court's hands.
Mr. Hill, what's your position?
Well, we want him to be successful in completing, and if there's a time frame, I don't know if there's anything definite there.
It shouldn't be long, Your Honor. He just really needs to get employment and come to outpatient and complete the program.
Okay. Well, let's go toward the end of January. Maybe he'll be ready to wrap it up then. How about January the 24th?
I'm available, Your Honor. So he's writing that down for you.
All right. Good job, Mr. Reed.
Thank you.
We'll get this completed then.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good work.
State of Ohio recalls Michaela Baker of the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24754.
Okay, this is a recall on sentencing. Mr. Baker had previously pled, and we were letting the state get in touch with Paul Jones to see if there was any restitution. Sarah Isbell, she left treatment, so she has a felony. ISBELL.
Stand up and be ready to talk to us.
Who is the attorney? Mr. Morford. That's right. Mr. Morford, you remember Sarah Isbell, the Kentucky girl from Pikeville, Kentucky? We got her into treatment with her. She left. She left treatment 2 days after going in.
Very disappointing, Judge, because we spent 2 days trying to get her there.
Yes, I know, we just got an email from them saying she left treatment, so if the state wants to take it to the grand jury, or, because she has a felony pending.
Is that
Sarah
possession?
Isbell.
Possession charge, is that what it is?
She had theft from Walmart and a possession of methamphetamine.
Did she pled guilty to the theft?
She had not.
I think it'd be preferable with us if we ask for a warrant out of this court.
All right, I've got her file. It's case number 24-741, 742. I have a report from ARC at Hazel Hill saying that she entered on November 21st and was discharged on November 23rd for non-compliance. So there'll be a warrant issued from this court today. Won't wait, because she has a preliminary hearing on December 13th. I'm going to go ahead and issue a warrant today.
Thank you.
For being discharged from treatment. Yeah, she had no OR on it. Okay, Mr. Heald, how's the state want to proceed on sentencing for Baker?
Your Honor, we have Mr. Jones here, and he's the victim in this matter, and I know he's going to want to be heard by the court as well. Our recommendation, and it's based on a lot on what Mr. Jones just told me about what happened, because at an arraignment, obviously, we don't know as much as we would later on, but apparently, well, he can tell you better than I can, but there's good cause for some punishment in this matter. And we believe that the appropriate sentence would be 60 days in jail with 40 suspended and credit for the, I guess, 2 days. That would be our and a no contact order and probation. And that would be our recommendation.
All right, Mr. Jones, do you have a statement you want to make to me before I sentence Mr. Baker?
Yes, sir. In light of everything that's happened, I've always tried to encourage Mr. Baker. He has possibilities in the line of work that he does. I've tried to be there for him. Just myself, my health is not good. I have vertigo, terrible. He knows that. My body is arthritic. He put me in a position where I could not defend myself. I am 73 years old and he's 31 or 32. Total disrespect. And I would like that extended no contact order if we possibly could, and as much jail time as you deem would be appropriate.
All right, Mr. Baker, anything you want to tell me?
Yes, Your Honor. If all possible, I just don't want to lose my 2 jobs at the funeral home. Like, if there's any way possible. I am sorry that this happened, and all the allegations is not true, sir. But I will take this punishment as you see fit. I really will. Whether you order anger management, I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Well, you pled guilty, so that's an admission that the charges are true. Do you have something you want to say in mitigation to me as to what happened? Because all I have is what's in the affidavit, and as of now, that stands uncontested before the court. Is there something you want to say that you don't think has been brought to my attention yet about how this happened?
It has to do with the altercation. I hit him one time. I never did stalking or anything, and I promise you that. I never did do anything with my feet. I pushed him back, and I did say enough, all enough. I didn't want to continue. I did not want to hurt him. That was why I stopped. I promise you that. I'm not that type of person. I really ain't. I would do anything I could for it. I really would. Regardless of what happened, regardless of the words in the past and everything, I still would help him. I really would. I would help anybody.
All right, is there any witnesses to this?
There were people there.
I wasn't there. I came in the door after it had happened.
There was only the 2 of us there, sir.
Okay. All right, and where's your other 2 jobs, Mr. Baker?
It's Hall Funeral Home, Spider Hall Funeral Home, and Beard Mortuary.
Okay, what do you do for them?
I do transportations, I work funeral services and stuff, so I really do not want to lose those positions. I really don't.
Okay, anything else, Mr. Jones, that you want to respond to what Mr. Baker said?
Thank you for the opportunity. I said everything I feel that I need to say, sir.
Okay. All right, I'm going to impose a $300 fine. I'll order you to pay the court costs also. I'll impose a 60-day jail sentence. I'm going to suspend 50 and give credit for 2 served. I'm going to order that you do 5 days of community service on the court's community service program. Serve 2 years of level 5 probation. There'll be a no contact order. You're ordered not to go around or contact Mr. Jones. Do you have a medical card, Mr. Baker?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm going to order that you do anger management counseling. And you live in Chesapeake?
Yes, I do.
Does RRS offer that, or Southern Hope?
Yeah, we have a class starting this Thursday.
I'll order you to do anger management with Southern Hope, which is right in Chesapeake. And I'll set a review hearing for you. January the 6th at 9 a.m. So Southern Hope will let me know then whether you've been compliant with your anger management. So he's got 8 more days to do.
That's fine.
January the 6th, you got to be back in court at 9 a.m. Here in court in Chesapeake. Okay, that finishes up the jail.
State of Ohio versus Thomas Ward, II, case number CRB 24719 from CRA 24259.
Mr. Stiers' case. Pre-trial.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay, it sounds like he's developing some self-awareness. If there's things that need to be worked on, and so that's good. We all have things we need to work on.
And Your Honor, just talking to Mr. Ward, I've seen a difference in just the last couple of weeks as we've gotten through here. I think he's really making some efforts and some progress. We obviously don't expect these cases to wrap up at this point, so we'll come back on a time frame the court deems appropriate and waive time constraints to accommodate that. We do have one issue that remains, One of these cases, the more recent, arose out of an alleged incident at Mr. Ward's brother's house where he was then residing. He's obviously out of there now and in inpatient treatment, but he doesn't have much in the way of clothing, and we'd like to figure out a way for him to get his clothing. I don't know what they can do to accommodate that. I don't know if it'd be possible for Amended Reads to send somebody to pick some stuff up.
Unfortunately, I have discussed this with my supervisor, and treatment facilities are, well, I know Mended Reads is no longer doing it, things like that due to safety issues.
Would the brother be willing to hand over some of this stuff? Do you know, can we contact him to see?
Well, the brother's not part of these charges, I mean.
Yeah, he's the alleged victim in one of the charges, and there's a protective order.
It's my brother's girlfriend.
Okay, so it may not be his brother directly, but it's a member of the house.
Rachel or Veronica?
But he was residing at the brother's home, and his belongings are still there.
Well, we need to know the telephone number of his brother.
Do you know the telephone number?
I don't know his number. When I was living there, they'd let people in the house and stole my phone. So I have no idea.
I'll see what I can do, but I'll be honest with you, I may not be able to make anything happen on that, but I'll make some attempts outside of court.
Yes, sir, I appreciate it.
The other thing we can do, and Kim is not here today, and Kim Gabbard, she's had some medical issues she's following up with, but I know she has been able to find things in this kind of line. People
Yeah, that's actually a good point as well.
So she might be here Wednesday, so if you want to remember Mr. Starr, and I'll try to remember to bring that up with her. I'm sure she could help out in that area.
I'll make a note, we'll see what we can do. Okay?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Sizes now. I'll text Kim later and see what she has.
Give us some sizes.
Go pick it up from her, meet her, or go to her house and get it.
My clothes are in my room. I don't.
Well, we'll figure something out for you.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not sure what.
Yeah, do you know like your shirt pant size?
34 large, I'd say a medium or large shirt, and a 34 waist. I'm not sure I'm putting back on weight, you know, and I used to be big when I got out of prison a few years back, and then back out in the mess and then living at the house where I had to pay all my food stamps to stay there, and then they only bought me a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, and then a carton of eggs a month. So I lost a lot of weight.
32 pants?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
34 waist, yeah, and 32 length, I guess. That's what these are.
They look like they're fitting you okay.
Yeah, they fit well. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
We'll work on this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
December 27th?
27th, Your Honor. I'm not going to be here that day. I could do 23rd.
December 23rd.
At 9?
10.
10 o'clock. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Amanda Hicks. Case number TRD 12-1804, CRB 12-456, CRB 08-R62.
More for the case.
When do you have to go back there?
I don't know. I didn't call. I don't know nothing about it. I just knew I wanted.
Okay. You'll call down there and turn it off.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I went to Jimmy. I think I was supposed to make paper.
You got OPI.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow. I can't leave it too long. I had to leave. Brenda said Judge, I think we're on the right track. She seems to be doing well. I know you know Haley, she was just here last week, and she's
here too.
looks like she's knocking it out of the park. I think we're on the right track.
All right, and number 6, you're still at Hawk?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
What about, are you living there, or what's your living?
Yeah, I'm in a actually phase 3 program. It's like it's my own house, but I'm required drug screens once a month.
All right, she still has some fines and
Yeah.
costs to pay. Can you make any payment on your fines?
I'm gonna make $50 today.
50?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to get a report from Hawk. I've got one from last month. I don't have one
Okay,
today.
for sure.
Can you call them again?
Yeah.
She says that she can call and get one, Judge, if you'd like to have it this morning.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay. How do I?
Let's set her for January 6th.
Okay.
That's good.
January 6th will be your next hearing. See the clerk about your payment.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's the fax number for them to send the report.
Okay.
January 6th.
What time, 10?
Tim. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Melissa LeGrand, case number CRB 24462, CRA 24513.
Mr. Morford's case, Melissa LeGrand, pre-trial, hometown recovery.
How are you doing?
Doing all right.
But I think it's got completion date. Yeah, they're in the driver's seat.
And good screens, so he's employed now. So, good report.
How's work going? What do you do?
I'm going to the back, and then I'm going to the middle, and then I'm going to answer just.
Completion date.
Him say something about it.
Yeah, they're the ones in the driver's seat, and they say she's completed the program.
Okay.
Mr. Morford.
Judge, it looks like she's doing well. She's attained a different job. Last time I believe she was at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Now is at IHOP, progressing from the back to the front.
Yeah, that's all good. Good job.
Thank you.
Good, clean screen, top to bottom.
January 17th.
Give me just a second. I've got a trial sometime in January with common pleas, Judge. If you give me just a second. I have a trial that day, Judge.
Okay, the 10th then.
I'm free then.
January 10th will be your next hearing.
Your Honor, one thing-
Hearing and pretrial.
One thing I would like to mention, besides the fact that we're happy that Ms. LeGrand is doing so well in treatment, we want her to continue with that, but there are a couple of parties that were out some money because of damages.
So
There's going to be restitution. This is not a case in which we're just going to dismiss everything. However, our opinion as to the sentence will have dependent in large part on how well she does the treatment. But there will, to the church, it's $500, and to Teddy Stanley, it's $2,733.85. And to Peggy Fraley,
Well, it actually goes to the landlord.
to the landlord,
George Stanley.
George Stanley, $2,456.
Landlord's Ellen Parsons.
I'm sorry, Ellen Parsons is the landlord. So there's quite a bit.
So I guess we need to decide, are those cases going to be, is there going to be a plea to those cases, or are they going to be contested? We should probably go ahead and set those for trial if there's going to be a contest to them.
I'm plead guilty, not guilty on.
I'm sorry?
I'm plead not guilty on.
You want to have a trial?
Yeah.
She wants to have a trial, Judge.
Okay. So what are the case numbers with those restitution issues? We'll go ahead and set up a trial. I'm assuming these are the misdemeanors?
Well, there's a felony charge, there's a felony vandalism charge. We can just take it all to the grand jury if that's the way it's going to go.
The only ones that
And that way, maybe a person can end up in prison.
The only ones this one's a misdemeanor, but we need to check it. May not be on the same day. We might have to do
Yeah.
it separate here.
All right. One of the charges, I mean, these may have happened on different dates. The 24 CRB 462 is, happened on July 29th. And
There are different dates.
And 24 CRA 513 was on August the 9th.
You're on, we'll take that one here.
That's a felony.
Yep.
That's vandalism, felony vandalism.
Yeah. So really, there's just the criminal damaging, resisting arrest, and it would be here, otherwise everything else would go to the grand jury. So maybe they want to
How many times?
discuss that a little bit thoroughly.
0 messages. I got a message this
Do
morning.
you have to do like those?
Well, before we continue it out that long, you want to discuss that with her today and talk about it?
I'll just ask her that she needed to come in and see me, but yes, I'll speak with
Let's
her
do it
today,
today.
Judge.
Rather than put it off. So why don't you talk to her today, and we'll recall it, and make a decision whether there's going to be a trial on those issues or take it to the grand jury or what. So
And on the felony charges, Your Honor, we can figure out maybe a misdemeanor that would satisfy everything as long as the restitution was imposed. So it'd save her a lot of problems.
all right, this case will be recalled later in the night.
State of Ohio versus Brian Montroso, case number CRB 24499, A, B, and C, CRB 1733, CRB 15543, A and B, CRB 14593, and CRC 111387.
Well, Mr. Morford, I think you were on the old cases, but these,
That's what I was pointing me and asking you, try to ask you
I
quiet.
don't think there actually was an attorney.
I'm having down from the 24,499 for Mr. Watford.
Okay. All right, there is a judgment where you signed on one of the more recent cases, 24,499. He's at Hope Source?
Yes, sir.
And that's through common pleas court, looks like.
Yes, yes, sir.
And, I mean, this court agreed with that. Mr. Morford, you were counsel on that. So this is set as a review hearing today. So how's he doing?
Great. He's compliant, passing all his drug screens.
Okay. And when do you go back to common pleas? I'm assuming you got follow-ups there?
December 12th or 13th, I believe.
Okay. Well, let's go a couple months out then, since common pleas is following, we don't need to follow him as closely. So how about January 24th? So that would be 2 months out.
It's good to hear, Judge.
All right, his next hearing is January 24th for pre-trials on review on the more recent cases and review hearings on the old cases. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Good job.
State of Ohio versus Ashley Nicole Webb, case number CRB 24711.
Mr. Morford's case set for pre-trial.
I'm good, how are you?
He sent it to you.
Judge, I think I'm gonna have to ask you for a short continuance to do some discovery in this and escape this.
When can you have that file when you want to come back?
Judge, we can have it, I'll have it with me Friday.
Wednesday.
This week?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Work Friday.
I'll be here by myself.
Yeah. Well, cats will be here. Maybe we can make arrangements for you to feed the cats.
Well, I'll bring us some turkey if they'll eat turkey.
They will.
Did you do it? Yeah. Here's what's going on.
December 27th.
No, okay, we'll be suspended. And you have to go do a urine test before he will accept your plea and sentence you. Will you be clean? Will you be clean? Okay. Judge, I think we're gonna have a change of plea.
Okay.
Guilty.
Is that correct, Ms. Webb?
Yes.
And you understand that means you're admitting the charge is true?
Yes.
Okay. My standard procedure on these is to have you do a urine screen. So I want you to go do a urine screen today, and you'll come back. I'll send you after we get the results. So Mr. Cooper will show you where to get it.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Travis L. Black, case number CRB 23743.
It's Mr. Morford's case, pre-trial.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
How you doing, Pat? I'm pretty good. You doing? What did you do, John? Really? You got it put together, aren't you?
It's a very good report, Mr. Black.
He's got two jobs.
Yeah.
Bought me a car too.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I think they're hoping, you're hoping to get it all wrapped up.
You are?
You're hoping to get it all wrapped up, hopefully soon.
It wouldn't be happening.
We wanted to finish treatment, right? And
Absolutely.
things are going good?
Okay. He's doing good.
Good. So Mr. Tickner says things are going good, which we're happy to hear. We stated earlier on that what we really wanted out of this was for Mr. Black to do good in treatment. So I don't know whether he's reached the end of that or there's work to do. If there's work to do, we want him to keep doing it. And if through a way of time, we agree to extend it out if that's the court's decision, and let him finish up.
With what time?
All right. Good job. Keep working on it. Looks like there's still things you're learning and working on, so keep working that way and come back in January. I think you're available the 10th, Mr. Moore.
Yes, sir.
January 10th will be his next hearing.
State of Ohio versus Haley Early, case number CRB 2480. No acceptances. Haley Early.
We got meth and amphetamine. This is not good. Not good at all.
So, what next? What are we gonna do?
I don't know, Your Honor. She was progressing well in treatment at OVP, and then she says that she drank over the weekend, but who knows, you know?
She's testing for more than alcohol.
Yeah. I hate that because she's close to getting her children back with her and everything, so, I mean, she's kind of throwing all that away by doing those things, you know?
Yeah. How often is she being seen at OVT?
She's being seen weekly, which in her last urine screen, she did fail for alcohol, but since then she tested negative for all of that.
You'll let this test be known to,
Yeah, I'm going to pass that on to them, and then I will let her counselor give a recommendation for what they feel is suitable for treatment.
now, is she going to OVP in South?
Huntington.
Huntington?
Yes.
Okay. The 20th Street?
I go back tomorrow.
Oh, I guess it's got a South Point address on just because you're the one that wrote the
I
report.
typed it up, yes.
Okay. Well, gotta figure out a way to go here. I feel like she needs more intensive.
I think she does too, especially if she's doing things like that. I mean, especially with the things that she has on the line with her kids and things like that. If you're still willing to drink even at that point, then I feel like we definitely need more help than outpatient.
I'm gonna have to agree, Judge. I know she's probably not gonna like that, but you
Well, I
have.
know at one point she was being considered for the Project Hope. So, and I think she went another direction that allowed her less supervision, which I'm not sure was the correct way to go.
My kids will be home in 3 weeks, and it's.
Well, you can have your kids at Project Hope, they can be with you.
Right, and me and my mom had talked about it, once I get them back, that I could go, because if I go there, the CPS won't place them with me. But they come home in 3 weeks for good.
Well, would CPS put your kids back with you if they knew what this result was? Probably not.
They would not.
Well, I think what we're gonna need to do, I need to see you about every week.
Okay.
And we need to ramp it up with OVP. But if you continue to have bad screens, you gotta go back inpatient. Whether it's at
Understand.
Project Hope or where,
I did have a drink over the weekend, and
you can't do that.
I know,
Even CPS, if they find out you're drinking, you're not getting your kids back, Haley.
I know, and I haven't felt any screens. I've been doing good. I shouldn't have had a drink over the weekend. I should not.
that one.
You're testing positive for methamphetamine too.
I know, and I don't know how that happened. I remember drinking, but that's it.
Well, I don't know, but you know, if you're in a place where people are encouraging you to drink alcohol, knowing what your circumstances are, it wouldn't surprise me if you don't wind up doing some methamphetamine too. It's very prominent in our community. So you just can't hang out. You can't hang out with people who are going to say, "Here, Haley, have a drink."
I know.
They're taking you the wrong path. I don't know who that is, who your friends are, but you need people who are going to encourage you to stay clean. I mean, you got too much on the line here. You put a lot of work and time into this to get your kids back, and you don't want to mess it up by going out to a party.
Right. I know.
Okay, let's see you back here next Monday. That's the 2nd. And of course, we got the holidays in there, so I don't know how much you can get in, but I'd like to see her ramp up her treatment. We'll try it this way, and then if it fails, we're going to have to get you back inpatient.
It's not going to happen again. I made a mistake, I know.
All right, we'll see you in a week for a sentencing hearing at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Bobby J. Ferris, case number CRA 24282. Mr. Steyer's case.
Mr. Steyer's case at preliminary hearing. They say your screens are good, but you missed some appointments.
No, I haven't.
No, I think that was the most updated letter I haven't sent to you guys yet. They said that he has completed treatment. And I can email that back to you whenever I get to the office.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, with completion of treatment, I'm not sure where the state stands on this. This has been going since May, so we have a little bit of time under our belts, but I recognize the state wants a little more time than we have, but we have completed treatment apparently.
Mr. Hill, this was filed May 13th.
And I'm assuming he started with OVP right in the beginning?
Yes.
Did the residential?
He came through the residential program and then he continued to outpatient with the Huntington office.
Well, it sounds like a pretty commendable.
And he's still going to be going to OVP for medication management and things like that and counseling as needed if it's needed. So he still will be seeing weekly for medical and drug screens and stuff like that to continue his medications.
we would be okay with going ahead and nolling the charge today.
The misdemeanor's already been acknowledged, so, case will be completed then. The 24-282 is dismissed. Congratulations, sir. Good luck. I would just say this, Mr. Ferris, you need to keep working at it. You can't just say, okay, it's over, I'm gonna go back the way I used to live, because you'll have the same problem over again. Gotta keep working. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jaden Redmond, case number CRB 22451.
I think back,
On a sentencing, you just,
I'm on bond.
you got a bond up, so you got to get your bond page and your community service done.
Yes. I don't think I was issued to only do community service in Ohio. I'm not sure or not, but I wasn't able to go to the animal shelter because my transmission went out in my car. So I contacted one of my friends that has a business in Huntington. She owns a salon, and I asked her if I could come in there and help her and like still bring my baby. No.
No, that's not community service. You can
Well,
do it
she does
here
stuff
at
in the
court.
community, like on Halloween. She did.
No.
Okay.
No reason to even go there. We've never allowed that, so we're not gonna allow it now. You can do it here at the court, or if you get some charitable organization approved in advance, you can, we recognize, not someone that you know may approve that. But I have, where do you live? I had you with the Chesapeake address.
Yeah, I just moved to Chesapeake like a couple months ago, so I do live in Chesapeake now. Yes.
Okay, well, you can just come here then.
Okay.
Any day but Sunday at 7:30.
So I can do it here, or I have to go to the animal shelter?
No, you can do it here. You can go to the animal shelter only on Sundays.
If I believe she came here to do
Yeah.
her community services on a court day, and I sent her to the Lawrence County Animal Shelter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I believe that's what happened. She said the transmission went out.
Yeah, my transmission went out, so I can't drive
Okay.
all the way down there.
But you can get here?
Yeah.
Okay. Just do it here.
Okay, so what days do you say again?
Any day but Sunday.
Okay.
Or a holiday. Any day it's a holiday. So Thursday and Friday this week are holidays. So the court won't be open one Saturday,
Okay, and what time do I have to be here?
7:30.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to set your next hearing for December 30th. For sentencing. 10 o'clock. Once you get this done, you can quit coming. Do
Okay.
you have any payment or fines today?
No, not today. I just started a new job. I should get paid Wednesday, so by the time I come back to court, I should be able to make a payment.
Okay, December 30th, 10 o'clock is your next hearing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio calls Melissa LeGrand, case number CRA 24513, CRB 24462.
Okay, we're letting the defense counsel and defendant discuss how they want to proceed, if they want to have trial on any of these cases, if there's some way we can resolve it here.
No trial, she wants to keep it here, Judge.
Okay, so what's that mean in terms of plea?
Well, she did her plea and no contest with the requisite stipulation of fact, finding him guilty, Judge.
And what about the felon, because there was some discussion that perhaps the state would be willing to amend I think there was one felony amended, or maybe two. 513 and 515 looks like.
Yes.
Two misdemeanors.
We could do attempted on the vandalism and breaking and entering.
Okay.
And what I would suggest then is that we, well, I don't know if sentencing is
Delay
appropriate
it
now.
until, see how she does.
Yeah, but we're glad she's working, and I think she ought to be setting some money aside knowing that she's going to have this restitution to pay.
She still like the sentencing on one,
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay.
So what I want to make on the record though is all the misdemeanors, she's entering a no contest plea with a stipulation they're sufficient facts for finding you guilty.
To all misdemeanors, yes, Judge.
And as to the 2 felonies, one is being amended to attempt, or they're both being amended to?
Both, they're both F5s.
Okay, they can both be amended to attempted, and she's pleading guilty to those, which will make them a first-degree misdemeanor, and will license them also.
Can we do no contest on those as well, Judge?
Okay, you agree?
Across the board, no contest.
You agree with that, Ms. LeGrand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that resolves whether anything needs to be tried, nothing needs to be tried. We're just going to watch your treatment, and the better you do in treatment, the better I'll do on your sentence.
Right.
It comes time to do that.
Yeah, I do have one request. I was wanting to switch rehabs to the one that has open house, the ones that you live in Chesapeake,
Okay, where are you now?
at hometown. They just, they're a good group of people, but I would like to have the option to be able to finish the program and have a house waiting.
I'm not sure who that would be.
She's on my recovery ranch.
Oh, no, so that's denied.
Okay,
Stay where you are.
all right.
We'll see you back January the 10th.
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio recalls Ashley Nicole Webb, case number CRB 24711.
What's that? I'm on antibiotics. I don't do drugs at all. And I can prove that.
Some kind of, like each thing you can get in one day.
I'm on an antibiotic, like THC.
What antibiotic are you on?
It's medication.
What is it?
BB medication for,
What kind of antibiotic?
I don't know what's at
Okay. Can you call me with? I'm not in, you can just tell Susan.
Okay, she tested for something I don't see very, well, I'm going to say I've never seen it, but it's on the list. Crankton?
It's kind of new, that's why John had that added.
It's not currently illegal in Ohio, I don't think, but it is, there's a few states that,
It's a synthetic opiate.
Can I speak?
why don't you talk with Mr. Morford, tell him first what you want to say, and then he'll decide if it's something you ought to put on the record.
THC pen? Like a THC pen? That's the only thing, because I don't do drugs, I don't do...
Judge, she denies that she does any drugs, quote unquote,
THC pen.
THC, she tested positive for that too.
with the exception of THC. She admits to smoking marijuana.
And a dab pen from,
And
that we
alcohol.
bought legal in West
You
Virginia.
had a
She
drink.
tested positive for alcohol.
Yeah, I drank Saturday night.
She had some Saturday night alcohol, Judge.
Okay. And You live in Milton?
Yes,
Okay. Are you employed?
yes.
What do you do?
I'm a caregiver for adults, autistic adults.
Through what agency?
Autism Services.
Okay. What's the state taking position on something?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have some sort of health insurance?
Yes, I do. I have a medical card through the state of West Virginia.
Oh, you got it, it's a medical
Yes.
card. Have you ever had treatment before?
I have not.
No. Were you with someone when this happened? Was there another person with you?
Yes, Savannah Johnson, but her lawyer had rescheduled because he was sick, I believe.
Oh, okay, so her case is not concluded yet.
Correct.
Well, I think that you ought to get, I'm going to order you to get an assessment anyway on this and see what comes from it. And let's do that at OVP. And I'm going to take a copy, make a picture of her test result, and send it to you. So when you discuss this with Mr. Mint, she'll get you set up for an assessment at OVP. They'll take the medical card, and it is in West Virginia. Then let's come back in January and see where we are. January 24th.
I'm free then, Judge.
So I'm going to set it up as a review hearing. I'm going to go ahead and sentence her because she doesn't have a bond up, so we'll just go ahead and sentence her. She pled guilty. And before I actually finalize the sentence, is there anything you want to tell me that you haven't had a chance to say? No? Okay. I'll impose a $100 fine, order you to pay court costs. Another zero in there. 10 days in jail, suspended. Assessment with OVP. Stay out of Walmarts. Do 5 days community service. 2 years of level 5 probation, but it'll terminate once you finish everything. And her review is January 24th for review hearing. Yes?
What does 10 days suspended in jail mean, like?
It means as long as you do the other stuff I told you to do, you don't have to go to jail. I don't want you to go to jail, but that's ultimately what could happen if you don't go get your assessment, don't do your community service, that sort of thing, so, yeah.
And I'm sorry, but could you also like inform me what level 5 probation is and like?
Non-reporting except for your review hearing date.
Okay.
So you have to come back for a review hearing, but you don't have to check in with your probation officer until you come back on January 24th.
Will that be at 9 or 10, Judge?
It'll be at 9. So you're going to talk with Mr. Cooper about your probation, and then after you've done that, you're free to go. He'll give you some paperwork. And you need to talk to Mr. Mint too, she's from OVP.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, thank you, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, we're just waiting on one more case for the defendant's to be brought in.
Okay. Hunter Tulip?
Yes.
All right, I'll meet with